Welcome to the Got Privacy episode of Flip the Planet. I'm Sean Walsh, and in each episode of Flip the Planet, we're going to do our best to clearly define some of the most challenging issues facing our generation, and then provide you with ways you can get involved and make a real difference. In this episode, we're going to discuss the issue of privacy. So what's up with our rights to privacy in America? Is there any privacy anymore? Or are we living in George Orwell's vision of Big Brother? Here's what I can find out about you simply by knowing your name and address. I can find out your occupation, the names and ages of your spouse and children, if you have any, what kind of car you drive, the value of your house, your criminal record, your social security number, your bank balance, any stock, bonds, or mutual funds you own, your telephone records, your credit history, and even your medical history. Of course, if you don't mind if I know about all that stuff, I guess no big deal. In 1972, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled 5-3 that individuals have no rights to privacy regarding their bank records. And bank records are the open door to your life. If you look at the checks a person writes, you can learn everything you want to know about that person, from their political party to their religious faith, from their drug prescriptions to their magazine subscriptions. Again, maybe you don't care who knows that stuff. But just knowing your private information is one thing. Using it to steal your identity is another. 10 million people had their identities stolen last year, making identity theft, by far, the fastest growing crime in America. When someone steals your identity and uses it to open up credit card accounts in your name, you will probably start paying much closer attention about the issue of privacy in today's world. So, there are 3 big issues we need to discuss. 1, how easy it is for anyone to find out everything about you. 2, how deeply the government can investigate you without you knowing it under the guise of fighting terrorism. And 3, what you can do to help protect yourself from invasion of your privacy. Alright, let's drill down into just how easy it is to get into your private life and rip it apart. Internet privacy should be your biggest concern. Several profitable companies, including eBay, Amazon, and Yahoo, have either changed users' privacy settings or have changed privacy policies in a way that benefits their marketing efforts but intrudes on your privacy. Information about your online purchases, about where you like to surf, about chat room and online communities where you hang out, etc., are all valuable pieces of information when it comes to these companies marketing stuff to you. It may be done under the guise of providing you more specialized services, but the bottom line is they are developing a dossier on your online habits. If their databases are ever hacked into or accidentally breached, there goes your personal information out into cyberspace. Over the past few years, a series of companies, including Intel and Microsoft, were discovered to have released products that secretly track the activities of internet users. Spyware and online profiling are still other ways that your web experience becomes an open door to your life. For example, online profiler DoubleClick attached personal information from a marketing firm it purchased to the estimated 100 million previously anonymous profiles it had collected. The fallout from DoubleClick's abuse of private information forced the company to close its online profile division, but the damage to personal privacy had been done. Now, you must simply assume that every website you go to on the internet becomes a part of your personal record. That every email, instant message, chat room, landline, or cell phone call, and every internet purchase is recorded for posterity and possibly analyzed by the government. Forget the government, there are internet sites such as Intellius.com that also open the details of your life to anyone with $50. The kind of information on Intellius.com includes bankruptcies, criminal records, DUIs, addresses current and past, spouse and children's names, what property you own, and the list goes on. $50 for the book of your life. Another invasion into your privacy is the use of video surveillance cameras. The kind of Orwellian technology was first used at the 2001 Super Bowl in Tampa, Florida, to compare the faces of attendees to faces in a database of criminals and suspected terrorists. Facial recognition software technology is constantly advancing and is quickly becoming a tool for law enforcement, border customs, and airport security, as well as private industry security use in corporate headquarter buildings, sports stadiums, and Las Vegas casinos. So whether you browse the internet, go out in public, or pick up a cell phone, be aware that you are entering the domain of Big Brother. He is watching, he is listening, he is taking notes on your life. How easily can the government peek into your private life in its war on terror? The short answer is easy as pie. The Fourth Amendment supposedly protects individuals from intrusions into areas where there is a reasonable expectation of privacy. But the U.S. Patriot Act, which passed in the wake of the 9/11 attacks, significantly weakened privacy protections when it comes to federal wiretapping laws. And the Patriot Act authorizes national application of a wiretap order That is, a court in one jurisdiction can issue a warrant that could apply anywhere in the country. Courts can also issue roving wiretaps, giving law enforcement the ability to monitor many different devices that a suspect may use, such as email, instant messaging, cell phones, and landline phones. That's great if law enforcement is on the heels of a suspected terrorist cell, but when a wide net is cast with the use of a roving wiretap warrant, as has happened under the Patriot Act, many law-abiding citizens get their privacy compromised in the process. Another government program that will lead to the fulfillment of the Big Brother society in America is the proposal to create a national ID card, most likely in the form of a national driver's license. Currently, Congress has passed Bill 418, the Real ID Act of 2005, that is intended to standardize all driver's licenses in the United States, a de facto national ID card. The problem with this plan is that it will lead down that slippery slope to a high-tech national ID card that will be biometrically enhanced and embedded with smart technology. Such a card will allow you to be tracked anywhere on the planet by GPS and biometric technology. Tracking every move of every citizen is reminiscent of totalitarian societies in Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. It's not that the federal government doesn't have a tough job to find and eradicate terrorist cells in the United States, but there has to be a watchdog on the privacy of law-abiding citizens that protects us from unwarranted intrusion into our private lives. That watchdog may have to be you. So what do? Here are 5 things you can do to protect your privacy. Do your research on the websites listed below and discuss what you learn with your friends and family. From there, develop a plan to educate others in your local community or online community about privacy issues. Don't give out your personal information, such as your social security number, your credit card number, your bank account numbers, or any of your passwords and PIN numbers. Giving any of this personal information out in person, over the phone, or the internet is an invitation to have that information abused or stolen. If you have to provide this information to a potential employer, an apartment manager, a university registrar, or bank officer, just make sure that there is a legitimate need for that information. Do download a free copy of your credit report every year and make sure no one has stolen your identity and is running up credit card bills in your name. Go to the link below and get your free report. Do find out what your elected representatives are doing to create legislation or pass laws to protect your privacy. Maybe point out to them how easy it is for you to get their private information. That might get their attention. It's time to make a conscious effort to defend against the intrusion of Big Brother. It's time to be a watchdog for your personal privacy.